Good evening, everyone, and welcome. It is time for racing at the Velodrome. Our first group coming up to the rail, Cat 1-2 men for the JB Tempo. This is Friday night racing series here at Jerry Baker Memorial Velodrome. Tonight we feature 3 categories racing across 3 different race formats. As we continue this story of 2025's regular racing season, the competition continues to heat up week after week, as does the weather. What a beautiful evening we're having here in the Pacific Northwest and setting up for what should be a great night of racing fun. These riders getting ready to go from the rail. In just a moment, we'll give them some instructions and get underway for the JB Tempo starting here momentarily. The first whistle to start the neutral riders will be racing once they get all the way around the track, if they're still together, and they get the secondary whistle from turn 4. That is the official signaling that the race is underway. You can see the lap cards if you've got a seat on the grandstands. The red and white cards over by the finish line show the remaining laps, currently set for 12 laps. The JB Tempo rewards riders at the front and only at the front, and it happens every single lap. The first 2 riders score points. The first across the line gets 2, and the second rider is awarded 1 point. Every single lap until the end. You'll hear a bell signaling 1 to go. And then we will determine our winner based on the highest number of points in the group. Send it around again. Warning issued to rider 101. Warning issued to rider 101. And there's the whistle. Racing's underway. Next time across the line, first 2 riders are scoring. Here until the end, we're going to continue to count up the points. And we're on our very first lap. We'll see where our early leaders are here. It's showing 11 to go. Ooh, side by side getting started here. That looks like number 117, Summer Newlands, picks up 2. Gavin Newman with 1. That's 2 Portland names to get things started up here in the Seattle area Velodrome. Team Epic in the black and pink colored jersey, settling in nicely right behind your lead rider position-wise here. Currently Summer Newlands looking to pick up 2 more here. And she'll do just that. 2 more for Summer, 1 more for Gavin, your 2 early race leaders. 4 points to the leaders, 2 to the second rider. That's a junior rider settling in currently in second. And here comes 10 Speed Hero trying to position themselves. The rider in blue with white helmet, another one of our local race teams, coming up to the front now at 9 to go. That's going to be number 102 and 199 coming across the line. Andrew Martin of 10 Speed Hero, the rider in 102, picking up 2 points that time. Serge Malikian in the orange. A recent upgrader from our Cat 3s is already ready to dance off the front here a little bit and show off the speed he's been working on in the Cat 3s. See if he can find another point here since he's already at the front. Here comes Merrick Gallagher, though, who wants to try to close down the gap. He'll do so quickly. The junior jumping up to the front for 2. Malikian for 1 more. Lots of riders with 2 points apiece. Malikian, Newman, Martin, and Gallagher all unofficially in a tie for second with 2 apiece. It's Summer Newlands with 4 in the lead as it currently stands. Now this little break from these 2 riders starting to become a group of 4 as they push away from the field. Seeing 7 to go. This right at the front is Quinn Kennedy, number 132. There's Gallagher again for another point. That's Quinn Kennedy's first points of the night. They now find themselves in a tie with all these other riders with 2 points apiece. Gallagher bumps up into second overall with 3. The unofficial points with Summer Newlands still sitting in first with 4, but she's out of the lead group here. So these group of 4 are fighting over all the points. Martin and Malikian just trying to get up there to the front to begin to participate in the points getting. They're not going to be there just yet at 6 to go. Gallagher for 2 more, and the new leader with 5 points total. Quinn picking up 1, good for 3 right now, and I believe that'll put Quinn into 3rd place at the current totals, with Gallagher in the lead with 5. Your former leader, Summer Newlands, pushed down into 2nd now with 4 points. At 5 to go, Martin makes his way up, and that's enough for 2 for your rider from 10-Speed Hero. Gallagher for 1 more that time. Still holds on to the lead with 6. So Martin's been just off the back of the lead here for quite a bit. Finally finds enough acceleration to close down the gap there. Earn some points for all this effort. And now the Jerry Baker Jr., our season leader coming into tonight, will continue to show what he's made of this season as he'll start to pull away. This is a great event for him, kind of built for the endurance that this event asks for. That's what he's been training for most heavily. That'll give him a total now of 8. Tyson Danielson, I believe, was the second rider across. That's our rider in black and blue, midway down the back home straight. Now losing a little bit of ground, though. We've got another rider in the chase through turn 3. Seeing 3 to go. Gallagher on the way for 2 more. Bring the points total up to, I believe, to be 10 now. Your chasing rider, 154, is Andrew Lynch. I didn't recognize him for the other side of the track with the new helmet on. Your rider in the black with teal color jersey for Coalition Cycling finds his first point. It looks like to be Mike Robson trying to make his way out, if I'm not mistaken. The rider in the blue with black helmet also trying to position for some points here. Gallagher will take yet another 2 on his way to winning this one. He's got 12 and is uncatchable. Whoa, grit in his teeth. I'm not sure Lynch was able to hold on for the points. I think it was 126 on the outside unofficially. I'll look for confirmation shortly. And there's the confirmation that Robson will pick up 1 point in that previous sprint. And Gallagher's done enough work on this race. He's going to start kind of letting the pedals relax a bit here. Let some other riders fight over the final bits of scraps on this one. The bell's ringing. 1 to go. Race wrapping up next time around. Robson for 2. Sherfy for 1. Robson still on the lead of the race. That might be Harrison Devine, the rider, trying to position himself now in this group of 2. Now make it 3. Devine, the rider above the red line, just behind Sherfy, the rider in black and teal. Sherfy in the middle now. Devine coming on the outside. Looks like he's in a great position to try to get the final 2. Robson fighting hard. He'll be on the outside. That's going to be Devine. Number 128 for 2 on the final sprint. Robson picks up 1 more in that final effort. And all riders will finish up on this lap. That's Andy Baker, number 108, coming out of the field to tiebreak with all the riders without points. I believe he'll be your first finisher out of those riders. I think it's going to be just out of 10th place here, as we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 riders scoring with a point during the race unofficially. Your leader, race winner Merrick Gallagher, with 12, I believe, the end final total. Summer Newlands and Andrew Martin in the midst of that were fighting over second place with 4 points apiece. I'll have to wait to see the official results based on how they finished there on that final lap. Will be the tiebreak for those 2 riders. And those riders are now all off the back straight, as we've already invited up our next group. It's the Open Women to the rail for their JB Tempo. Kiddie Kilo lineups are starting to happen. We're just 2 races out from the Kiddie Kilo. If you have not been called over yet, make sure you get your helmet on and start heading over for queuing up for the Kiddie Kilo. It's about time. riders in the neutral right now for their JB Tempo. We'll start them out at turn 4. And this is a 10-lap event. Same exact rules, though. The scoring will work the same. 2 for the first rider and 1 for the second rider, each and every lap to the finish. Racing underway.
Let's go.
Getting up to speed here down the back straight. Your first points to go out here during the JB Tempo, and it's going to be a busy sprint here. Watch the junior at the blue line take over the front, being challenged a little bit by Breakfast Racing Team. Rue will hold on, though. Number 3 picks up 2 points. That's number 10. Henrietta Watts picks up her first. Rue Tomko, your early leader, number 3. Watch out for that rider tonight. Been on a real tear here so far in this season, and is always a strong competitor in each event she showed up to race in. They've been really all over the place on this field. So Henrietta Watts in second place. Tomko, they've been in control this season. Let's say if they can continue on this impressive turn of athleticism that they've started the season with here throughout the rest of the evening, they'll do so again. 2 more for Tomko and 1 for number 7, Kelly Darlene. Your leader, Rue Tomko, with 4 points. Darlene 1, Watts 1. All the riders looking for their first points. One of Rue's teammates in the orange bike there just behind, Charlotte Westover, trying to find a position here as Kelly Darlene will slot into the second position in the lineup. Tomko able to just kind of drive it from the front here, holding nice consistent tempo. Will work in the tempo race for them so far. Winning the first 3 sprints. Tomko now with 6. Darlene second across the line. That last time I have her unofficial total at 2 points. Kiddie Kilo lineups, of course, are beginning now. Don't forget to head on over. We are starting to get the kids all lined up after the next race. Kiddie Kilo will take the track. 6 laps remaining. Rue right down the middle, and on the outside is number 12, Laurel Safranek, for her first point. Your leader with 8, as Rue has yet to lose one of these sprints. Rue for 2 more, and there's number 15. That's Sarah Lynch, finding a good opportunity to pick up her first point tonight. Several riders with 1 point. Watts, Safranek, and Lynch in a tie for 3rd. Kelly Darlene with 2 is currently sitting in 2nd, and no surprise, Rue Tomko with 10 points, currently your race leader. Four to go. Tomko getting challenged. Ooh, that might have been number 7. That was close. Darlene for 2 on that one. Tomko gets beat at the line for the first time so far in the night. At 3 to go, it's going to be Darlene trying to challenge again, but Tomko holds on. 2 more, Darlene for 1. Couple riders in the chase in the middle of the back straight, trying to catch back up. They're just now heading into turn 3. Just outside of the points here It'll be our front four fighting over it where your race leader is. Safranek down the sprinter's lane, trying to hold on. Won't be quite enough. Tomko takes that one just above the red line with Safranek picking up her second point. Good for third place on her own now. Darlene sitting comfortably in second place with 5 points. Has a nice lead on all the other riders trying to work their way up the finishing order here. That's the rider in blue currently at the front of the field, number 7. Your rider with 5 in second. Right behind her, your current leader, there's Ruud Tomko in position to try to jump up towards the front again here. I'm imagining they want to challenge again. No, not need to. They'll sit this one out a little bit, let this one roll. Darlene is rewarded for leading that lap with 2 points. Tomko picks up one more, and the bell is ringing, signaling it's the final lap. A lot of ties to be broken here, as many riders haven't scored, which means that their position will matter here. It's about half the field unscored. This front group of 4, though, the only rider in there yet without a point, I believe, is your rider number 6 with the orange bike, Westover, is not found in front of one of the sprints just yet. Darlene's going to try and take it from her again, as you'll see the rider in blue move up above the red line towards the blue line. It's going to be Tomko and Darlene for the last points in the race. Riders making the way around on this final lap. All riders will exit on the back straight. Well done for our open women competitors in their first race this evening. That's right, and applause always appreciated. Our riders surprisingly can hear all the support we give them. Cat 3s to the rail for the JB Tempo. This is our final race before Kiddie Kilo, so now if you have not heard my previous announcements, it's definitely time. Head on over for staging all Kiddie Kilo registrants. Bring your gear with ya, your helmet. Head on over for staging. If you haven't done so yet, we'd love to see you over there to get lined up. It's going to be a big old process, so head on over for the Kiddie Kilo. Now at the rail, this is the Cat 3 is getting set for their JB Tempo. Into the neutral, same race format, same rules. 12 laps in total tonight for the Cat 3 men. Again, this is the time. We're 12 laps out from the Kiddie Kilo. All riders now called for staging. Kiddie Kilo riders all called for staging. Head over towards where you signed up. You're going to line up by age order. So they've got signs out there to help get you organized. Kiddie Kilo on deck coming up next. And that whistle signaling the start of the race. Riders on their way for 12 laps. Next time around, your first points. Justin Pryor, number 318, with a big jump of acceleration to start things off. It's the rider in that compact position there at the front in the white and black kit. Riding his wheel, that looks like a rider from Team Epic. Jack Hampson trying to jump at the lead now. Hampson positioning nicely for 2. Brian Havel for Act Racing, second across the line that time. A significant break here in the field. The front is moving quick. No time for warm up here. Top speed for the front half. Whoa, close between our two riders from Act. I think it was 3:12 on the outside unofficially. 3:12 is confirmed as your leader on the lap, so that puts 3 riders in a tie. Hampson, Havel, and Takahashi with 2 points each, all tied for first.
And once again, Corey, Kiddie Kilo riders 2 stage, be there now.
Seeing 9 to go. Here comes number 313. It's Sean McGraw. Hampson picking up another point, make it his third, and he takes the lone share of the lead for the moment. McGraw on a great turn here, just suddenly accelerating, looking determined to pick up some more. Doing it kind of on his own here, not looking for much help from anybody, just breaking away from this front group in the right place at the right time. Time to pick up some very important points. Here comes 2 more for McGraw, and 1 for number 312, Takahashi. Your unofficial leader, McGraw, with 4. In second place, a tie between Hampson and Takahashi right now. That's all the riders really with points are this front group of 4. No surprises. They've been the lead of the race since the start. The leader of the race currently at the front, about to be overtaken though. Change of lead might be occurring here as we get the home straight. McGraw down the sprinter's lane. Takahashi on the outside will get 2 this time. McGraw 1. They now will share the lead, both with 5 points. Hampson, the rider in black at pink right behind from Portland, the Team Epic rider, is trying to find position to get a few more points while they're out here. We'll look back at the whole field here and let's see what's going on as we've got our leader from the first lap, Justin Pryor, trying to bring up a group of 5 and get back into this race. Trying to look for some help here. He's going to pull up into turn 3 and look for a new leader to take over and keep driving the train. We'll come back and see who's going to pick up points here at 6 to go. It's Takahashi for 2 more, and there's Hampson picking up a point after sitting it out for a little bit here. Your leader, Takahashi, with 7. McGraw in second with 5, and Hampson in third with 4. Brian Havel still with 2 points from the earlier efforts. Currently good for 4th place. Everybody else in a tie for 5th with no points yet scored. It's going to come from the outside this time, above the red line, number 310. There's Havel getting 2 more. Takahashi being very consistent. Number 312, the second ride across the line that time, has just been in it practically every lap. He gets 1 point that time, bringing his total up to 8. McGraw still sitting alone at second with 5. Havel and Hampson now in a tie for 3rd place. That field of 4 has become 5. They've gained a rider that was down on the pace, so there's a rider down behind, not on the lead lap currently, that's in here. So the 4 leaders, now it's Hampson and Havel that pick up some points here. Hampson jumps into second place with 6. This is so close between this group. But can the catching riders finally make their way up here? We've got some acceleration, a big move from the back group. And off we go. We've got a final change of the leaders here with just a few laps remaining. Is this going to be enough, though, to be into the top 2 or 3 positions? There's not a lot of track left to run here. But 316 rider puts together an impressive catch. Luca Ostertag Hill holds on and uses that acceleration to pick up a point for himself as well. But the rider in kind of gray with a white helmet is trying to straggling a little bit here now as he's lost the speed of rider who's now off the front on his own. Your leader is still David Takahashi, number 312, who's back in this group of 4. They're now in a pace line behind Hampson trying to catch back up. Rider for 2 more is pretty much guaranteed here as Carlson will find the line with 2 remaining. Grit in his teeth trying to find a little bit more here. His teammate finds 1. Hampson trying to hold on for 2nd place, maybe even get the upset here. He's knocking on the door. He's got 7, Takahashi with 8. Your 2 leaders in this group. The rider in black and pink trying to take over at the lead. And now here goes the riders from Act Racing now trying to chase down the junior off the front. An impressive mood here from Ryder. He's about to get the bell. It'll bring him up to a total of 6 points. Good to be into the top 5. Great move from Ryder. At a great time. Even I was a little surprised as I missed the move. Havel picks up 1. He's got 6 now too. And Hampson's falling off the pace. It's now Takahashi's race to go finish. This is the rider in second wheel spot. He makes the jump down the back straight. Takahashi now into his full turn of speed. And there's nothing Ryder can do. He's already put in all the chips he had. Takahashi doing a nice job finishing off this race. Havel will find another point, but Takahashi will be your winner after all that chaos at the end. What a great one from the Cat 3s, a competition at the front. This is a strong and competitive group here. We're looking forward to see more from them. They'll make their exit on the back straight. Takahashi, unofficially your winner for ACT Racing in that back and forth bout between the front four. Riders all finishing up on this lap. You will exit on the back straight. Kiddie Kilo, just about ready to begin. We'll start bringing the riders out. We'll start talking a little bit about our junior education programs and talk a little bit about the Kiddie Kilo while we enjoy the fun show with the youngsters here. Kiddie Kilo coming onto the track next. It's our first bit of communication on the live chat tonight. Go Riders. Someone tuning in to support us. I've seen Lolbubs in here quite a bit. I'm trying to figure who that must be. They're a frequent flyer in the chat. All right, we got our first group about ready to start. We're going to give them the last minute instructions here as Coach Amara is getting them started.
All right. Yes, you're doing one whole lap. This first giant group, are you ready?
Yeah!
Yeah, they are. Here we go. Ready, set, go! Oh, false start, love it. You got to go down to the flat carefully, please. Charlotte, don't get run over. Whew,
I think they did pretty good there,
that
actually.
was solid.
That was pretty good. We still got one brave rider at the red line. Okay, there we go. Tonight's Kiddie Kilo featuring the new infield fencing. The Kid Corral. Is the kid spelt with a CH or is the corral spelt with a K? It's got to be spelled with the same letter, right? Our young riders out here are enjoying a fun free lap around the velodrome because this is, of course, a community space. We have been since its inception in a public park about bringing families out here to learn about fun and safe sport.
Finish.
Look at these three. Woo! Nice work. That was a good one. As I was saying about learning about safe and fun sport here in our community and watching these kids go around, it reminds you that sometimes it's just about smiling and having a good time. And the kids remind us of that better than anybody here at the Velodrome. Westover, that was a good one. You were ready to take the hit there to redirect the kid into the infield. We've been averaging about 100 participants a week for quite a while now, going back a few years during this Kiddie Kilo, and it's a testament to our great lively community, having so many families here in Redmond, and for having them be interested in sport, having them interested in being out here in Merrimore Park, Redmond's big, beautiful backyard filled, of course, with so many wonderful places to hang out. Our music series here, the outdoor music festivals that happen here, great sport facilities all throughout the dog park, and of course our velodrome, which has been a part of this place since 1975, which is my perfect segue into the 50th year anniversary celebrations that we've been doing this year. We've got a few changes to our schedule. Our mug club folks, we got some pretty awesome looking mugs to celebrate our 50th year as well. And what a wonderful time here to be a velodrome fan and a velodrome rider during our beautiful 50th season of racing here in Merrimore Park. Your next group's getting set to start here in just a moment. We're going to continue to bring the kids out for their fun lap around the track. Everybody's coming down to the safe, low part of the track. We're going to race around on the flat, low, dark part underneath that blue line. All right, we almost got everybody out here. Several more groups to get through, though. Plenty more kids. More shout-outs on the live chat. We've got Ryan sending out Gemma, Marlo, and Matti. All right. There we go.
I got group 2, and they look very speedy. This group 2, we need a helmet on that child. Helmets. Must have a helmet. We're pausing on this group. We got kids still coming. If we can keep that area generally clear besides Kiddie Kilo, that would be helpful. Okay, this first group, or second group here, are you ready?
Yeah!
He's ready. Okay, one whole lap. Ready, set, go!
And here they go. You only get to see them once tonight, so you got to put all of your cheering and applause to the one time you see them. The other riders, you get plenty of times they go by. You can spread out your applause all over the place, but here as they go by, you're putting your hands together, making a lot of noise to celebrate our youngsters here. How fun for them to be out here and enjoying the sunshine, getting the fun time out here on the velodrome, showing us what it's all about. This is one great way to get our youngest riders involved at the velodrome, signing them up for a Kiddie Kilo on a Friday night. Some of our younger juniors, we have opportunities for them to start learning how to do the big kid racing. Starting around age 9 or so, 9 through 16-year-olds can sign up for Camp Velo. Registration for Camp Velo and any of other junior and adult racing programs that we offer here, all available through our website at velodrome.org. Oh, here we go. Whoa, good finish. And plenty more fast and fun finishers coming in here now. Coming up after this, we're going to be getting into another set of races with the adults. Plenty more fun racing to go on. And, of course, our feature fun race at the end of the night, the Scratch with Preems. If you want to get involved and help us with our Preems, that's just a fancy name for a cash prize on a certain lap during the race. We're going to be opening up Super Chats for that money if you'd like to go onto YouTube to donate. Or if you're here in the park, you also can just bring cash over to the building. We'll be trying to collect, I believe there'll be some buckets and some kids running around to get donations. All donations go directly back to our riders tonight, helping them go a bit faster on a lap and incentivizing them to come back and race some more. It's great motivation for our riders, of course, to just get a little extra on one of those laps tonight. Again, Preems will be looking for crowd support. If you're on YouTube and you're already subscribed, you should have no problem hitting that Super Chat button. If you are not yet subscribed or you're here in the park and would like to pay us in some form other than cash, the most convenient way is to become a subscriber on the YouTube. Get ready to use that Super Chat during the live stream tonight. You'll pop up there. You can even leave a little positive note, a little message of support. And we'll make sure to use that money to go to something tonight to support one of our riders in those fields during the Scratch Race with Preems this evening. In the middle of our Kiddie Kilo, a couple more groups to go to. They keep getting smaller, and that's where it just keeps getting better and better. The fashion show always improves with each group. we got the streamers in this group. We got the unicorn helmet. I mean, we got everything we need here.
Yeah, this group looks intense. We got full face helmets and everything. This group is also doing one whole lap. People in the front here, are you ready?
Yeah!
They are. They're just very focused. Go. One whole lap. Ready, set, go. Woo. Got some speedsters. Try to stay down on the flat section.
Under the blue line. Now it's tricky. Good job, kids. To your left. The red line looks so much fun. This is something that we sometimes take for granted here when we host our national level events here, including things like the Junior Takeover. This year, the USA Cycling Junior National Track Cycling Championships happening here. And of course, the Mary Moore Grand Prix, our annual top class racing event of the summer. Riders come in from all across the country, and they will always absolutely gawk at this event going, how is this a thing that happens? What is going on here? How are there 100 kids on a Friday night racing at your velodrome around in a circle? And a huge part of it goes to the fact that, of course, this is bike capital of the Pacific Northwest, bike capital Washington State over here in Redmond. We've got families that love cycling. We got families that love sport. And luckily, we've got a community that really loves our velodrome here as well. Whoa, look at this finish. Fast and blue this evening with the full face helmets too. Ooh, with the salute and unicorn. Okay, I was kind of rooting for a unicorn helmet, to be completely fair. If nothing else, just because I wish my helmet was that cool. Great fast lap from the kids. They'll take the exit into the grass once they've gone all the way around. Great job to the kids in the Kiddie Kilo. The run-along adults, of course, are my favorite part of the attraction. I love watching mom and dad take the lap too. They didn't know they were signing up for one 400-meter tonight. Or maybe they did. You know, maybe that's part of the attraction for them too. You got to get your lap in. The French exit is coming up next. We've got the Cat 1-2s racing the French exit first. We'll talk a lot about that one as we're getting ready because we don't race that one very much. Want to make sure our fans and, of course, our riders know what the heck's going on with the French exit. The home crowd knows how to put their hands together for the youngsters. Nicely done for the kids. Couple more coming in here. This is just the first pedal stroke of many. If your youngsters are interested in track cycling, there is no better facility in the country to learn where to race a bike. We've got the staff, we got the community. In fact, I guess I would really challenge just about anywhere to learn to race a track bike. I can't imagine a better facility anywhere. We've got incredible support here financially. We've got bikes for kids that they can use while they're in their educational programs. We have staff that are familiar with young riders and their needs. We have a junior team of 50 young athletes that are well staffed and supported here already. We have a nonprofit board that is extremely interested in education and maintaining a young and healthy group of riders coming up into our community and being a part of what we're doing. So if education and more racing is what your kids are looking for and your family is out trying to find, you're in the best place to be. Learn more about our educational programs and offerings on our website, velodrome.org, under the education tab, and see what we got on offer. Here comes another group. I think we might be getting awfully close to the push bike group. That is the last of our non-push bikers. Ooh, it's getting exciting.
Yes, this is our last full lap group. People here in the front, are you ready to do this? They said it in the back. How about spectators? Are you ready for this group? Thank you. All right, you're doing one full lap super fast. Ready, set, go. They're already going. Go, 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 go. Nice straight lines. Stay down low. Woo!
Pit crew's helping number 77. We're going to be just back up in no time. Here we go. Nice work. Look at this great group. All the way around the track they go. There's going to be kids everywhere on this lap. Stay down below that blue line, I know. Oh, they really want to go into the bank. It's just so much fun. They manage it pretty well, all things being told here. Hope you're enjoying the show tonight, folks. We know this little bit of fun with the kids is an important part of our program, and we are so proud of what we're able to put on here week after week. We are also excited to get back to the racing with our Cat 1-2s here very soon. We've got one more group after this, our push bike group, and we're getting some love for our first group of finishers here. Nice work. Great smiles and great racing by all. And totally radical helmet there. Gotta love that one. We're here every single week at 7 o'clock on Friday nights through the summer months. As long as it's not raining, you will find racers at our velodrome on a Friday night. You also see us here Wednesdays and Mondays. Families, if you're curious and you want to see what it looks like for young riders to race, come out on a Monday night and check it out. It's free for spectators. That's the night we have for our sprinters, our juniors, and our novice competitors. So if you're an adult rider as well and you're thinking maybe this is something I want to try out, Mondays is another great night to go check out for you as well. Our novices are the riders who have just recently finished one of our adult classes. 1 4-hour class, and then you're invited to participate in that novice field. We keep the numbers small so that you get some really good opportunities to practice and train and get feedback about your racing before you get the thumbs up to be a Cat 4, and that's when you can start racing with some of the larger groups. Again, that's a Monday night you can come check out. And we're still putting our hands together. I love it for all these young riders as they're coming in. A couple more still on their way. Almost set to go here for our last group. Training wheels and the push bikes and all the great fun here today. Beverage garden is looking pretty packed here tonight. There's still some room, and I think there's still some more cups too. If you want to come join us here as part of your evening, we are serving Post-Stock Brewing and Locust Cider Beverages, 2025's beverage sponsors. All purchases in the beverage garden, get this, are straight up donations right back to a nonprofit. You can feel good about your purchase more than once tonight. Kids are coming in here, and I bet that they're feeling a little bit like they've done the work. They deserve a little extra tonight. Maybe they deserve a hug and a mini donut. I don't know if the truck does both, but that's the name of the truck. So they're right behind our grandstands here, hanging out next to our Latin American food offerings as well. So we've got food on service all evening. If you have not put in your orders yet, they are still here ready to help you out. Again, food trucks here still for a good portion of our evening. Get your orders in before the next big race starts. And here comes the push bikes out onto the track. Our youngest group of riders are going to be just going down the home straight here. Once that's finished, then parents, families will invite you to all to exit together. So just hold on for the finish here for the push bikes coming up here. They're going to sprint down the home straight. Once they've crossed the finish line safely, we will start inviting our families to cross back over and exit at that time. So just hold still for just a little bit longer here. A lot of kids coming your way here soon.
All right, for our spectators, are you ready for push bike B? You got to cheer. Woo! Here we go. Push bikers, ready, set, go! You think we're going to run over?
Wow. Scooter Pro out the front is going to coast in for the win. Nice work. Push bikes and scooters here galore. Oh, look at this. Nice work. There's some big smiles on some little kids here tonight. Down to your left, you're all done with you across the finish line. Good job. Woohoo. If you can hear the bullhorn on the infield, you're getting invited to grab your kids and your bikes and exit with your families now as we are all finished up with the Kiddie Kilo. Families, it is time to exit. You may find your way out any way which is convenient for you, either the way you came in or jump over the rail wherever is most comfortable for you and your family. Find your way out. Great job tonight. Fans of the Velodrome, one more time, let's put our hands together for all the kids and all the families here this evening for the Kiddie Kilo. Families, we will now find our way out of the infield. Grab your bike.
Yes, you heard Corey. Time to get out. We have stickers for everybody. Stickers for everybody. I see some of these bikes that have stickers on them. Like Patrick's bike. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 or 9 stickers on that bike. That's pretty solid. So make sure you pick up your sticker, decorate your bikes, your helmets. Thank you for coming.
All right, here we go. We're just a few minutes out here. Cat 1-2s are already on the warm-up circle. You see them rolling around getting ready for their start. They're just waiting for the go-ahead from our staff once we've cleared the track from the mass exodus of families, kids, and bikes heading on their way out. Hugs and Mini Donuts is ready to serve, by the way, right after you get those stickers. Look out. Is that
donuts?
Is that cereal on a donut right there? Oh, my gosh. That's some Frosted Flakes.
Corey, it's National
Fruit Pebbles.
Donut Day, too. It is National Donut Day. I feel like you have to get a donut.
I think it's required. King County Sheriffs might be out looking for people not buying a donut at this rate. All families, we need you to exit the infield so we can begin our racing. Please find your way to any exit. You may go over the railing. You do not need to go through that designated exit. You may use the railing and exit anywhere that is convenient for you. Again, you do not need to exit through the one designated exit. If you'd like to use the rail and cross, you may do so. All families will need you to find your way out before we can begin today. Fun to see some of the live chat here tonight, celebrating some of our kids this evening. That's fun to see. Hopefully, you're enjoying the coverage here tonight, and we'll watch a little bit more from our racing from our adults coming up as well. We've got great things in store. 2 years ago, one of our most watched videos on our channel, actually, the Matti Hers race night in 2023. We had the milk race, the French exit, and there was one more that I'm forgetting on that. Was it the mullet? Maybe. I'll have to go back and look at it. If you're out there watching, maybe you can go find it really quick. Really fun evening with some really unique racing. Very high audience participation on the milk race. It had to do with a lot of milk being drank. I don't need to explain the rest, I think, for now. But the French exit was part of that, and we decided that was actually cool enough to add to the race book. So it's in there as one of our races we can run. So it's on a regular Friday night now. And this race format's pretty interesting. It's going to reward a bit of a gamble, potentially, from the rider on the very first sprint in what is essentially a points race with this early kind of win and exit gamble strategy that's available to the riders. So we'll talk a little bit more about it when we get out here and get our riders up to the rail and onto their neutral lap. Cat 1-2s are on deck here to enter. We're just waiting for a few more exits to occur before we're safe to begin. Riders to the rail. Cat 1-2s to the rail, please. Cat 1-2s to the rail. Good chance to get a look at our athletes here as they come up to the rail. This is going to be a fun one and probably pretty darn fast here early on. Riders lining up here for the French exit. We'll talk more about the rules as we get underway. Remember, your first sprint, though, riders, worth what I've got in the race book, worth quadruple points to the first rider across the line. That's 20 points on the first sprint to the first rider across the line available. And then we've got an early exit available to you if you would like in between the first and second sprint. You're going to keep your points with 20. You do not get a DNF, but you're also out of the rest of the race. If you stick in for the second, you got to finish the race to get your points. We'll get started here in just a moment. And the riders get the neutral. So to talk a little bit more about this, if you're a Velodrome fan, you should be pretty familiar with the points race format. Riders at the front on certain special sprint laps, which will always be demarked by the ringing of a bell one before. Riders get 5, 3, 2, and 1 at the front of the field. 5 points, 3 points, 2 points, and 1 point to lead for the first 4 positions. Usually in the points race, the last lap is doubled, 10, 6, 4, and 2. Riders are scored. Whoever has the most points is your winner. Tie is broken on the final sprint. Here's what happens in the French exit. On the first sprint and first sprint only, the first rider that crosses the line gets quadruple points in this format. It depends on the length of the race, but we do 4 times the points. That means 20 to win 1 sprint. If the rider decides between the first and second lap to exit, so-called the French exit, that rider keeps their 20 points, may no longer pick up points. They're done with the race, and they are not scored a DNF. They actually finish the race at that point. So you can get the early 20 points and then take the gamble and just sit it out for the rest of the night if you so choose. Interestingly enough, the ties for any tiebreakers are actually based on the sprint in the first sprint, not the last. There is no double points at the end of this points race. So the winning lap is kind of the first lap, oddly enough, or the first sprint, I should say. In this 6x5, we're going to get a bell at 26 to go. First rider across the line at 25 to go is earning 20 points. The second rider across the line earning only 3. And then there's that window of opportunity between lap 25 and lap 20 where the rider can exit, take the French exit, be done, be scored the 20. No longer is that considered a DNF, a do not finish. And that's kind of like if you see that on a result, that means the rider did not finish the race or not scored for it. You have that one opportunity between the first and second big sprint where you can exit and not score that DNF. So this is an interesting one. It's got some nice wrinkles in it to how riders want to go. It's a pretty big bonus to get 20 points on one sprint. If you're a pure sprinter or you're going to be, you're a pretty strong field sprinter, you don't have great endurance against this speedy field, you might just take the 20 and sit it out after that, hoping that's enough in this 30-lap race to end in somewhere in the top 5. But if you're someone like this rider at the front, Merrick Gallagher, who wins a lot of these races already as it is, why take the risk? Just get some points in the first one, then race a race. You can get a lot more out of it. In fact, just a few weeks ago, I watched him and a group of riders lap the field and pick up 20 points doing it that way, plus more beyond that. So it's a big payout on the first sprint, but it's not enough for your strongest riders in the field to necessarily say, I need this and I'm just going to exit. But it is enough to try to go spend that energy to get that big reward and then try to stick in the race as well. There's a lot of ways this one could play out. At 26 to go, your bell is ringing for the first points. And we've got Sherfy, number 110, trying to win it all right now with a big 20. See how much of an advantage he can get here. Andy Baker coming up as well. And no, you do not need to exit to get the 20. You just have to win this sprint. But there's this opportunity afterwards to take the exit if you'd like. So it's going to be Baker in position here. Gallagher trying to chase. Baker, Gallagher, Baker. It'll be Gallagher for 20. Baker for 3. That's Gavin Newman next across the line for 2 points. Matti Hers, I believe, was the rider with 1. And Matti is taking the French exit. He gets 1 point. It's not a DNF. He has scored for exiting. I've got one rider taking the French exit so far. Our first super chat for tonight's Preems has already come in, a $50 donation for the Cat 3s. We'll make sure to get that out there. That's an exciting one. If you want to be a part of the fun, donations go on YouTube for the super chat. We're going to be going around and collecting cash here very soon as well. All donations tonight go back to our racers this evening. We'll make sure that it goes into some form of Preem here. If Gallagher does elect to stay in, he will bounce back to the 5 to confirm. So yes, that is part of the rules. So Gallagher does win the first sprint. He's got 20 scored right now, but if he gets another sprint, he will forfeit that extra bonus, and he has to finish out the race normally. With a rider like Gallagher, why wouldn't he just do that? I mean, the guy's shown that he's got the ability to do a race like that, win it just the classic way. So my miscall on that part of the race format. You'll have to forgive me. We don't race this one. Let's see, the last time we raced it was the first time we raced it back in 2023. That's Harrison Devine jumping off the front of the field, letting him fly here a little bit. There's going to be 5 points coming up for Harrison. What a nice move here in the field. Just not feeling the threat just yet. They're sitting high above the blue line. Kind of watching this move go. And that bell's ringing again for points as Devine, number 128, in great position to pick up 5 here. And at this point, it would appear that Gallagher will be staying in and fighting the fight the good old-fashioned way. Your current leader in the Stars and Stripes, he's about midfield right now, 4 wheels back in that main lineup. So he's going to be in on the fun and sticking with it a bit longer. Here comes, at 20 to go, Harrison Devine looking very good here. How many more points can this rider get? We'll have to wait and see. Here comes the field now, starting to accelerate a bit for the sprint as Summer Newlands for 3, Andy Lynch for 2, and Gavin Newman for 1. Race leader Gallagher goes back to now at 5 points. Still good enough for the tie for first with Harrison Devine. 2 riders with 5 points apiece. Gallagher and Devine. Gallagher with 5. Devine with 5. Newman, Newlands, and Baker with 3. Lynch with 2. Hers with 1. Again, Gallagher with 5. Devine with 5. Want to ensure the junior hears that update so he's not thinking he's sitting on a pile of 20 points right now. Devine, a nicely timed move, but you can see the pedals are moving a little bit slower here. There's a little bit more hesitation in the movement. This is signaling that we're running a little bit out of steam, and it might not be enough to find more points here before the field's got him well figured out. 18 to go. They're going to let him dangle a little bit here. Serge Malikian, the rider in orange, comes into the front, number 199, brings the field up well above the blue line. Devine not really gaining a lot of ground. He'll start to try to make it a bit harder on the field, though. He's not letting up the pace here. In fact, to get a little bit of reacceleration on this lap as the field continues to sit pretty high. All following Malikian at the moment. Devine trying to put together enough to get some more. It's seeing 17 to go. The bell rings next time around. Still in position and looking a little bit smoother now. Back into the turn of pedals that we'd like to see from the leader. Malikian pulls up and out of the way. Tyson Danielson, number 104. The rider in blue with the dark helmet now sitting at the front of the group. Lots of hesitation here from the field. No chase as they're looking for someone to come out of this group and kind of restart the speed. Devine will continue to collect here. Big way on the solo break. En route for the 5 next time around as the bell just rang. The field is not positioned for the catch just yet. We'll come back to the field and see who is going to make the jump. It's going to be Danielson in the middle, and on the outside, I believe that's Quinn Kennedy, number 132, that now come up to the front of the group. Up track for them, Devine is on the way to picking up the 5, so we'll keep our eyes here and see what happens with our group of 5 now in the chase. It's Danielson and crew fighting over the 3 points. Danielson still in position. Here comes Andrew Martin now positioning above the red line. The rider in blue with the white helmet on his way for 3. Danielson for 2. And Quinn Kennedy 1. Divine now your leader with 10. Gallagher in second with 5. We got Martin, Baker, and Newman all with 3. That's 4 riders with 3 points each. Martin, Baker, Newlands, and Newman. Andy Lynch with 2 points. Matti Hers with 1. Race leader Harrison Devine off the front. This group of 5 in the chase hitting turn 1. Nafisat number 11 in there, the Uzbekistan national team rider. She's right in the mix of this lead group, trying to hold on to their speed. Seeing if we can get back up to that lone lead rider, the front of the race over in turn 4, coming onto the home straight. What was the chase is now kind of becoming the field over there in turn 3 as it starts to be a bit more brought together here as we hit turn 4. You'll see some of the riders off the front coming back into the fold and the back riders kind of coming up. We're going to reform ourselves at 13. Harrison Devine showing some great individual strength here tonight on the French exit. I'm not sure what our modality yet is for collecting in-person cash preem donations, but if you're wanting to do that, we will be doing that soon. Super chats have already started to come in. I saw the first one already. That's going to be part of our scratch with preems. Harrison Devine, folks. If you want to see this rider who's coming into zone here in 2025, a name I'm familiar with but have not seen on the track for a number of years now. Harrison looking like he's ready to have a good season. Great base here on this athlete. He's out here all by himself for what's going to be close to 15 laps here soon. About halfway around the track now from the field and getting the bell. Help him out, folks. 11 to go. Devine. 5 more next time around. Working on this impressive lead. The field has so much power left in them, and we've not seen a lot of speed from them. I am worried for the long term for Devine, but boy, is he going to get a lot of points now. At 11 to go, here goes Gallagher. Martin right on the wheel. Your 2 leaders from last year at the top of the Omnium are those 2 riders at the front. And here comes a couple more speedsters, including Grinsel in the pink for Dyna Racing. That's going to be Gavin Newman from Team Epic. Devine will pick up the 5. He's in the lead with 15 now. The sprint from the corner will be Martin taking over at the front. And there's Newman for 2. Gallagher picks up 1. Yes, we had 1 French exit. The French exit was exercised by the man who brought it to us, Matti Hers. Oh, we have 1 other. I can't quite hear who it is. He's yelling it at me, though. He'll come over. Oh, hey, there's Andy Baker. That wasn't a French. Was it a French exit? It was a time? All right. Andy Baker also. Very good. So Andy ended the race with 3. Matti Hers with 1 after that first sprint. They're saving it up for the scratch. That's just tactical racing right there. Your winner on the sprint did not take the French exit, and here's that racer now. He's been out of the action for quite a while. He had 20 for a bit. Now he's back at 5, then he won a single point, so now he's at 6. Sitting clearly in second place in a tie with Andrew Martin. Your leader, Harrison Devine, finally gets pulled back into the field after the speed from the field really brings it back together. We've got Quinn Kennedy off the front of the group. This is the lone rider in the chase right now, trying to find their way back towards the leader. And then we've got our field, currently Scott Grinsel in the pink of Dyna Racing on the front of that. Your race leader is in that group now. Back to your leader. Gallagher is on a big turn of wheels here now. This is a young rider who very much can catch this field quickly. National talent kilo rider, time trialist, preparing for these kinds of events is exactly what he's been doing in the offseason and heading into this regular season. He wants to have very smooth, very powerful pedal strokes over several minute periods. He wants to be able to get into this really efficient zone and pull away. And this is exactly the kind of move that'll win a lot of races for Gallagher this year, as is also part of his training and preparation. Bell's ringing for him and the rest of the riders. Here comes Quinn, another great rider off the front of the field. They have shown time and time again, this is another kind of rider that likes this effort. Great overall power and endurance. The field now gets the bell, being led by who else but Harrison Devine, trying to draw this field through. The race leader trying to keep it quick. Not the race leader in position, but in points is Harrison Devine. He's back in that main field. Gallagher does pick up the 5, bringing him up to 11. Your next rider across will be Quinn Kennedy, now coming up to the line for 3, bringing their total up to 4. And now the field sprinting for 2 points. Summer Newlands and Gavin Newman. Newman hasn't been at the front a whole lot, but he's been really sneaky, the rider out of Portland. He's found himself now with 6 points, and it's good enough to be a tie in second. And now starting to push away from the field and catch Quinn off the front. Gallagher's a half lap up on the field right now and starting to gain a little bit on the back end of the group. Not a lot of laps left to catch, though, with 4 to go. Here comes Quinn Kennedy across the line, and Newman sticking the tongue out, getting a little bit of extra oxygen in the system. Wants a little bit of help here, though. And he'll get it from Quinn, who's going to try to drive on the rear wheel of the junior. Harrison Devine has not had enough yet. Also pulling out from the field, the rider in blue, your current race leader with 15 points, as Harrison needs a few more. He's feeling threatened by Gallagher's positioning here. He knows that if Gallagher gets 10, Devine has to get something in this upcoming sprint. Oh, there's no 10 at the yes, there's no 10. However, Harrison's still feeling the pressure to be involved here. If Gallagher goes all the way to get the final 5, I think Devine is still safe here in this scenario. Such an unusual points race. 2 to go. Leader in position is Gallagher with 6. Devine with 15, still your leader in the points. 2 to go. Devine with 15 will be your winner here, unless something catastrophic happens from the positioning of Gallagher here in the next lap and a half. 2 to go, and now your bell ringing at 1 to go for the leader. 1 to go for Gallagher. Not enough track space left, I think, for the junior to catch the field. He will be on his way to getting 5, which will end him with a total of 11 points. The French exit would have been enough to win. Yeah, 16, thank you. My goodness. Devine needs one more here. Devine needs one more here to hold on. At least the 2 even, I believe, at 15. If it's a tie, it'll go to Gallagher here. Gallagher won the first sprint. He has the tie. Gallagher will take the final 5. I'll figure out this race the next time we race it. My apologies to the riders. We're getting a little bit tongue-tied on how this one goes. But Gallagher totals with 16. Devine with 15. It will go to Gallagher. After all of that, the 20 points on the first sprint would have been enough to win the French exit. It's well designed, folks. It's pretty fun. All right, riders exit on the back straight. Wow. What a crazy format that is. I think I'll do better this time with knowing what the heck's going on. I promise. The summary of that is Harrison Devine with an incredible solo break picks up 15 points. Gallagher has to claw his way back in and wins by just a single point in the end. What a great back and forth that turned out to be. Up to the rail now, your open women for another attempt for both me and the riders in this French exit. Already a shout out in the chat for the open women. Looking forward to this one. This one's worth 15 on that first sprint. So because it's a shorter format, it's worth a little bit less. But we saw in that last one, despite all the drama, despite all the crazy, it seemed like if Gallagher just taken the 20 and exited, he would have been the winner based on what we saw. It could have happened. It's hard to know, obviously. You take that rider out of it, it changes the entire race. And who knows, maybe Devine gets away with a big overlap of the field. And another French exit coming up. This is a 25-lap race worth 15 on that first sprint. Exit to get the bonus or stay in and race the normal points race. And remember, he says to the audience, but talking to himself, there's no double points at the end. 25 laps on the lap cards. Riders in the neutral will start them out of turn 4 as we've been doing all night long. On deck, Cat 3s will also take on the French exit before we get into our scratch race with Preems. And there's the whistle. Racing now underway. French exit. Let's see how this one goes. Will the winner of the first sprint decide to sit it out on this one after watching that last race play out? Again, it's impossible to rewind and see what it would have looked like without Gallagher in that whole race, especially on those last few laps, being away from the field and kind of instigating quite a bit of the landscape there we saw between the field and the leaders. But it's interesting to see none of our riders surpass 20 points. So it's fun to think maybe here, maybe none of these riders would surpass 15. But once again, Roux has shown they've got the power to just win the race kind of in a straight out format. As do some of these other riders that are here tonight, they might be able to put together the right recipe. Will somebody take the gamble tonight for the French exit or not? As we saw in the first group as well, riders can just take the French exit even if they don't win the sprint and still be scored whatever they had at the time. That's also an option for the riders that are maybe looking forward to the scratch with Preems rather than focusing on the big points race. Charlotte Westover off the front, one of your riders in the Jerry Baker Jr. team. You see a lot of black and blue jerseys out here, folks. That's because they are under 18. They're 18 and under, I should say. Youth riders out here. They're part of our youth development race team, the Jerry Baker Juniors. And there's a lot of them in this open women field usually every week. You can see the youngest rider out there in the yellow frame at the back, the yellow and white frame. That's Hazel Baker, one of our many juniors out there. Racing age 13 out here tonight, alongside of a couple other 15, 16-year-olds in the group. I think Roux racing age 17 this year, if I'm not mistaken. Might be a year off. Lots of great speedsters out here tonight. And there goes Coach Amar off the front, seeing 22 to go. Safranek at the front of the field. Riders know that the upcoming sprint is worth big points and the potential gamble. Westover sitting now at the front of the field. The orange bike, the white helmet. And your first bell is ringing. Edwards in position to try to go get the big 15. And there's Sarah Lynch, one of the juniors that she coaches, trying to catch back up to Coach Amara now on the back straight. Edwards still in position. The 15 points is down track from Lynch. Here they go. Tomko's a couple wheels back, maybe looking to launch an attack themselves. Lynch still on the front, the gap closing. Edwards still on the front. Lynch chasing, Edwards on the front. Edwards still in position. Edwards all the way around the track for 15. Edwards will take the big 15. Tomko for 3. That's Pellerbrook, I believe, picking up 2, if not mistaken, with Lynch getting 1 point. And that is going to be the Frenchest of French exits. Off we go. Immediately. Let's take those 15 right to the bank. And that takes it full advantage of the race rules as provided. You get the big 15, you exit into the warm-up circle, you are scored 15, and the race continues without you. So Edwards will do that. I haven't seen, I did see one other rider come out. There we are. Very good. So it looks like that might be, if I'm not mistaken, was that Pellerbrook. It's ways over for me to see. But I believe that's the rider that also exited, number 205, if I'm not mistaken. Race leader Edwards on the infield now. We'll just have to watch and see if anybody can catch the 15-point total she earns. And confirming that was 2:05 as the secondary rider to exit on that lap. So that's our two that have made the way off. Everybody else still in the race. Now it's all about seeing if anybody can catch the 15. So already this one, the landscape of this race feeling quite different, and the story will play out quite in opposition to that first race we saw. That's Kelly Darlene in the blue, number 7. Scoreless as of this point so far, but trying to be active in the lead group, which is now really the main field. We've got a chase of 4 off the back. And here's your group of 5 in the field at 17 to go. Number 10, Henrietta Watts. Safranek, number 12. Number 6 is Charlotte Westover. Number 7, Kelly Darlene in the blue again at the front. And right behind is Ruth Tomko, number 3, in the black and blue of Jerry Baker Jr.'s. Edwards is rooting for several different people to get points on each of these sprints. If it's a nice competitive race and everybody's getting involved, that gives her a better shot of holding on with 15 longer. At 16 to go, the bell's ringing. Watts, number 10, down the sprinter's lane at the lead of our group of 5. And down the back straight, it will be Tomko that will send things flying. This is the rider that's going to be chasing that goal of 15. It's going to be a bit of a motivator, a carrot on a stick, a number to try to go get for Tomko now, as they'll show great speed on the back straight and take over the front. Tomko for 5. Safranek, nice acceleration for 3. Kelly Darlene for 2 points that time. Westover picks up 1. Ruth Tomko, 8 points, now in second place. Pellerbrook and Darlene in a tie at at 4th place, 2 points each. Your leader, though, Amar Edwards, still with 15. That number's not going to update anymore. Lead group of 3 now. That's Tomko, Safranek, and Darlene. Now Safranek at the front. Off the back of their pace, currently Westover and Watts dangling a little bit behind. Almost half the track up from the chasing riders who are just now getting into turn 1 and 2. We got Lynch leading the way for them right now. Hazel Baker in that group. Christina Paulroth also part of that group, number 215. All trying to hold on to the great speed being set by this front group of 3 now. 13 to go. Darlene on the lead of the lap. The Super Chats are open if you'd like to make a donation tonight for our racers. We are watching the chat for your donations. If you'd like to use that method, it is nice and easy to do. You just have to be a subscriber on our YouTube. If you're here at the park and would like to do that, make sure you head to velodrome.org/live. You can scroll down to find the stream there, or head directly to YouTube and search for the JV Velodrome. Hit the subscribe button. You just have to wait. I believe it's 5 minutes before the chat opens up to you. Just have to make sure you subscribe first. Hit the thumbs up while you're bored and waiting. Maybe hit share on other social media platforms, and then come back in and throw a super chat into the live stream. That'll give us a nice notification. You get a big call out feature, and the money will go right back to supporting our racers on a fast lap tonight. It does appear that the results link is not working on the live page as of right now, so I'll try to troubleshoot that between now and our next race if I can. Bell is ringing at 11 to go. Bell's ringing, that's his 4 points. The chasing 2 just crossing the line will be fighting over 1 point at this point, I believe. And Tomko for 5, Safranek for 3, and Darlene for 2. And the next points are between Watts and Westover. Watts will find this one. That's 1 point for number 10. And you're chasing group of 4, seeing 10 to go. Unfortunately, that results link is a tough one to fix midway, but I think I said I can see maybe what's going on with that. Unfortunately, again, our live results folder doesn't seem to be linked correctly, so I'll try to play around with that one. And in the meantime, our racing continues here with our chasing group just crossing the finish line at 9 to go. Your leader is going to see 8 to go. They're closing in on the back of this group. If they can make contact, I believe they will go up 20 and score that group down the lap in the process, so they'll kind of lose a lap as a result of that. Amara not happy with that result, although Tomko's already knocking on the door even without the lap, but this will make it a little bit easier. They're almost there. Field sees 8 to go. The cards flip over for the leader, seeing 7. The target's within reach. All 3 of these riders, if they catch, will all leapfrog over Edwards, taking over the top 3 positions. Tomko makes contact, and that should get the call here. And there we are. Tomko, Safranek, and Darlene get the plus 20. And the bell is ringing. Westover is the front of the race right now. But here comes Tomko to take back over. That's right, with the change there as the catch at the back, the new front was Westover and Watts. Watts isn't going to be in good position here to pick up some points. It'll be 5 more for Tomko on an absolute tear tonight. And 3 for Watts, 2 for Darlene, and 1 for Westover. And after that update, 20 extra points added to Tomko, Darlene, and Safranek. I've got Darlene and Safranek in a tie after that last sprint, actually. I think both of them are sitting at 26. Race leader Tomko now had 18 points. We'll make it 38 after the bonus 20. Pushing Edwards down into 4th with 15. Confirming an update that the live results folder will not work tonight. There won't be any fixing of it. Thank you for letting me know, though, Andrew. I appreciate it. That's a good use of the live stream chat. I appreciate it. It's more on my end than on my official's end, so I will be able to fix that maybe if I have a break here sometime tonight. Riders on their way for the last sprint. Not worth double. Just 5, 3, 2, and 1. I've learned my lesson. Everything's all together here at 3 to go. We've already scored the bonus lap for your leaders. Number 3 in the group is the leader currently with 38 points unofficially. Sitting right in the middle of the group at the blue line. Safranek in the gray right behind is your rider in second. Tied with the rider in blue right behind her is Darlene. I have them unofficially both with 26. In 4th, your rider, the French exit, Edwards, with 15. After that, it's Watts in 5th with 4 points. Coming into our final lap for the French exit. Riders onto the home straight. We'll be getting the bell on the final one of the evening for this one. One to go for your open women. Put your hands together. One more fast lap. A nice bunch sprint here to close things out. Sarah Lynch is in position number 15. Not able to get a whole lot of points so far as the junior. It's been a fast night for her, but she puts herself in a great spot on this last sprint. Seeing what she can do with one to go. Darlene wants to break the tie for second. Off she goes. Ooh, a big move to try to drop Safranek, and it's going to pay off nicely. Darlene in blue has got something to fight for, and it's second place. It looks like that'll take care of it. Darlene moves up nicely here with this sprint. Tomko, your champ, second across the line, will be your winner. Safranek, third across the line, will end up in third place. Lynch picks up her first points of the race on that final sprint, a really gritty sprint there to end this contest for her. Correction, that's her second point, so finding a couple here tonight. Well done for the junior to find something in that last sprint. Track has been cleared and invited for our Cat 3s to make their way to the rail for the third and final of our French exits tonight. Whatever our system is, Amara, for getting money for cash, I don't know. I keep talking about it. If we're doing donations, we have to go now. If you're out cash donations, I know we'll take them. It's going to happen one way or another. If you would like to use our YouTube, now's the time. Preem donations are accepted for the upcoming races.
I will send a junior for cash. Give me a second.
All right, look for a junior with pleading eyes, making lots of noise for your donations. On the way soon.
Hey, juniors, come to the office, please.
Since this one's also 25, it's the same points race format. That means that the first lap is worth the same points as the last one we just saw. It's a 15-point bonus to win and exit on the first sprint. Other than that, the race format will be very similar to what we just saw. It is 5, 3, 2, and 1 for the leaders all the way through this race on all of those sprints. So 5 chances to sprint every 5 laps. 25 laps on the lap cards. Riders will start out of the neutral if they're all together. French exit, Cat 3 men about ready to start. On deck, scratch race with Preems. Cat 1-2s will be coming up first. Great opportunity here in between the races to get back up on your feet, kind of reposition yourself a little bit. Head on over and put in your order at our food trucks. They made their way all the way here to support you tonight and make sure you're well fed. We'd love for you to support them in return. We've got the donuts. We've got Latin American food on order here tonight, and of course the beverage garden. The line is short. Come on in and join us. Great seating on the grandstands and a great view out of turn 4. Postdoc Brewing and Locust Cider serving as they have for the last couple of years. Come join us. And the whistle means racing's underway. Bell ringing at 21. The big extra lap at 20 laps remaining, worth 15 points if you take it and the exit. Cash donations now being accepted along the home straight. Look for the most junior of juniors and the bucket. All donations tonight being collected in cash or on the Super Chat are for our riders, not for our programs here. They will go back to our racers this evening. So you are essentially helping support a local athlete, making their lap well worth it. Thanking them for being the show, for being the entertainment, and of course for just all the effort they put into this sport and keeping this thing alive and being a part of our community. It just makes it a little more fun, a little more exciting, engaging on 1 or 2 of our laps this evening. Thank you for your support. That looks to be Peter Snoblin currently at the helm of this ship now with going through turn 3 as everybody's kind of fanned out behind him. And Snowblum will stay at the front here, continue to control the pace, and actually just accelerate it from the front. The rest of the field's happy to use that acceleration and follow up on the wheel here. All riders scoreless here. We haven't had our first sprint, and of course the big one upcoming. Snowman pulls out of the way. Now things are hustling along. Bells are going to be ringing next time around. Next time around, bell's ringing. McGraw, number 313, really trying to hold on to this position now. Hampson right on the wheel. Not surprised to see James Campbell Harris also trying to find this sprint. Mike Ritter right behind him. On to the home straight now with the bell ringing. 21 to go. Next time around, 15 points to lead the lap. If you take the French exit, you will be scored at 15 points. Track is not open during racing. There's no crossing of the racing surface while racing is underway. Thank you. On to the home straight. Here we go. The big sprint for the 15 potentially. Ritter on the outside here gets 15 points. If he wants to take the exit, Hampson scored 3. I think that was Stan Douglas picking up 1 point there. Is he going to take the exit, though? Ritter's still rolling right now. Douglas will exit. Another one of our juniors here taking the exit. Ritter has until the next couple laps here. He can kind of showboat it a little bit. He says all done. He's just kind of rolling it. All right, he'll take it eventually. Ritter riding high here at the rail, just having a little bit of fun with the victory lap after picking up the big 15. He'll take the exit now as he goes down to the lower part of the track, and he's on his way off. The rest of the field staying together here. Who's got points? Well, Jack Hampson is out there, number 319. A little frustrated there, I think, with the result on this sprint. Really going for that. He had the position in the sprinter's lane. Didn't find the front of the field, but he's still in this race. Oh, here's the move from number 312 again. It's David Takahashi for Act Racing. We saw how effective he was in the last event. William Hong, number 308, was another one of our exiters during the French exit, and he scored 2 points in that first sprint. So we'll hold on to those 2 points as he does get makes his way off here alongside of Stan Douglas and Mike Ritter. James Campbell Harris also making the exit, so number 311 is now out of the field and into the warm-up circle. Everyone else so far maintains their position and is holding on. Takahashi has made a big move here, and that acceleration a couple laps ago has set him up nicely. Bell ringing at 16 to go. Points next time around. The number to catch is 15. Snoblin and McGraw, the next closest riders on this lap right now. Several riders wearing sort of predominantly white kits. You're looking for a couple of different things here. Snoblin wearing kind of the more multicolored kit there of the Leading Factory Racing squad. He's in second position right now, right in front of McGraw on the almost all white kit. They're chasing down your leader in positioning right now, which is Takahashi for Act Racing. Picks up the 5. Snoblin 3, McGraw 2, Ryder 1. Your leader, Mike Ritter, with 15. That number is not going to change, so we'll see who the first is to go knock on the door of that points total. Takahashi so far the closest at second place with 5. Snoblin and Hampson in a tie for third with 3 each. McGraw and Huang also tied at 2 points apiece. Ryder Carlson I have with 1 point as your unofficial point standings so far through the race. Lots of great racing happening here in 2025. We are bringing back USA Cycling Track Junior National Championships right here at our velodrome again, year 2 of that deal that we established with USA Cycling. We're going to have kids from all over the country flying in to establish their dominance in their age categories. Looking forward to that. We've also got the Marymore Grand Prix, top class racing. We've got the biggest prize purse of the year there. Lots of great merchandise. We attract great talent and speed over that weekend. The Junior Takeover is going to be coming back again this year, and many more great events, including our Derby Days fun weekend in collaboration with the city of Redmond. We are looking forward to all of it. You want to keep track of all of our events, don't forget we have a great calendar on our website. That's velodrome.org/calendar, where you can see our full list of events, and there's a way to sync up to different events as well on your own personal calendar. You can download a syncable calendar yourself so you can get all those events directly fed into your own home calendar system, whatever that might be. Head to velodrome.org/calendar. That's McGraw on the front of the field. One of our riders with a few points to his name. He's currently got 2. Your leader already off track right now, Ritter with 15. Praying and hoping that nobody can put together as good of an effort as we saw from the 3 riders in the last race. So far, this looks like a tough group to lap, though. I don't think that's going to be the situation tonight for the Cat 3s. With the bell ringing now, 11 to go. There's Takahashi, your rider currently in second on the front of the field, number 312. His teammate, Ryan Havel's in a good position underneath him and will take over at the front now. So Havel at the front of the field. Takahashi right behind him. There's Hampson and Ryder Carlson both coming down the sprinter's lane, trying to follow. All 4 looking for points. Act Racing leading it out nicely, but the junior is countering quickly. We might have 4 across the track here, depending on how this move comes out of turn 4. It'll be the 2 Act Racers fighting it over. Takahashi and Havel in that order. Hampson and then Carlson. Takahashi in second with 10 now. Ritter just 5 behind. He only has to do that one more time to be in a tie. So likely the lead will change hands at some point here if Takahashi can keep it going here. But at the same time, as Ritter's rooting against any one rider getting too many points, so are the rest of the field. They all want to get Takahashi out of his positioning too. And that's what Ritter's rooting for, is for a competitive sprints upcoming. From the middle of the group, you see out of the saddle, one of our riders now in position is going to be Justin Pryor, taking over position at the front. Your rider in white is the lead of the race coming into turn 3. Leader in points off the track, Ritter. Second place, Takahashi, number 312 with 10. 8 to go. What a turn in temperature we just got here as the wind's kind of picked up and the sun is setting a little bit low here below the horizon. We're starting to lose a little bit of sunlight, but it's supposed to be a bit of a heat wave this weekend. It's been gorgeous all day today. Set up for some pretty good racing this evening so far, and still a whole nother set of races to go after this one is done. Scratch racing with Preems. Nicely done, Ritter, says the live chat. They're proud of the move. 7 to go. Pryor still on the front, but has been caught by this group, so you can see it's kind of taking the wind out of his sails. Time to sit back in the group, and now this will allow everything to kind of reconfigure, rejoin, and try again. Next time around, the bell's ringing. Despite the effort to break away, Pryor finds himself right behind Sean McGraw and in the midst of the rest of the group. Second to last of our bells here at 6 to go. And the Portland kids are off and away. Started by rider number 316. Jack Hampson jumps up as well. 2 youngsters that come up the I-5 corridor all summer long and have been showing great improvement. Their teammate Gavin Newman upgrading into the 1-2s recently. Last year, if I don't remember what point of the season, but these guys have been working hard to improve week by week. And Takahashi is riding proud tonight. Ooh, has to fight for it. That's Havel this time, pardon me. So 310, Havel for 5. Ryder Carlson for 3. Hampson 2. And there is Takahashi for 1. That's good news for Ritter. He likes that result. Unofficial points totals put Takahashi in second with 11. Now Havel in third with 8, and Hampson in fourth with 7. I got Carlson with 5 points, McGraw 2, Huang 2, Peter Snowblin 3, Stan Douglas with 1. Your leader is still Ritter with 15. One sprint remains. Only one rider can take the lead away from Ritter. And that is going to be Takahashi. It requires number 312 to win the last sprint to take this one from Ritter. As I currently have Takahashi with 11, the only rider with above 10 points right now. Everybody else, if they could win this sprint, Ritter is going to be celebrating. And also being well rested. Twice the threat here coming into that scratch race. This is Justin Pryor once again off the front. We saw him dance a little bit in front of the field earlier. They let him out there for about a lap and a half before it sort of fizzled away. Ritter likes what he sees. 2 to go. He's looking out for 312. That's the rider at the front of this field. He's got some fire in his belly ready to rock and roll again, though. He'll come up to the front. He's going to take over. This is going to be a long effort, and he's got a kid right on that rear wheel. And as much as Takahashi's looking for these points, if Hampson can pick up the 5, he might be able to jump up a couple positions himself. So he's not going to let this one go easy either. He'll set up out of the sprinter's lane. A little bit of a match sprint idea between these two for a little bit here. Hampson's gritting his teeth. He's looking like he's working hard. This just might be the perfect lead out for Takahashi, though. Is he in the right position to just be able to jump and take over? He's going away. He's going away. He is going to take this one. Hampson's not done yet, though. He's fighting down the back straight. Takahashi might have jumped a bit early. Hampson still has a chance. Can he get in the slipstream and maybe challenge into the line? The kid wants to get it. He's making some run in it. Oh, can Portland help this one out? Here we go. Oh, Takahashi and the kid. Here we go to the line. Oh, it's going to be close. Takahashi's got enough. Act racing down the sprinter's lane. Takes it by, get this, folks, 1 point. I'd say Ritter was sweating, but he was actually resting, so that's not true. What a good one that turned out to be. Second place still's got to feel pretty good for just going for 5 laps, though. The French exit, what a format that is. Riders now coming to the rail. Cat 1-2s for the scratch race with Preems. 40 laps on the lap cards. Here's what I can tell you, Cat 1-2 men. I have a $20 cash preem and a $10 cash preem. What I can't yet quite tell you is if I'm going to build up a big one here and add one. Whatever you hear, I'll announce it from here. It'll be all rung and announced from me. When there's a cash preem, there's a minimum of 2. I know I have more cash coming. All right, the cash preems have been up to the 30 and 50 Cat 1-2s. We have a $30 and a $50 cash preem now. 30 and 50 for the preems. Thank you for all our donations received on site. That is wonderful. We have our special Super Chat preem for the Cat 3s. I also hear that there was a $50 donation for the Open Women, so that we have some really nice preems coming up for our riders. Thank you for helping make tonight racing a little bit more fun and a little bit faster too. Whenever I ring this bell, you know that your donations are going to be going back into the pockets of our local racers and helping encourage them to have a great, fun, and fast race tonight. Riders currently in the neutral for the scratch race. We'll get them started out of turn 4 here momentarily as they look like they are just about all together here. And there's your signal for the race to begin. Scratch race is a straight up race. That just means scratch distance, 40 laps. First rider across at the end is the winner. No points or any other things to get in the way. It's a pretty straightforward race in that way, but when you have this length and you have these preems, there's a lot of different ways things can go. So now we get to watch this story unfold. How will this race play out? And we had enough donations to raise our our preems for all fields tonight to $30 and $50, which is a huge amount of support. So thank you again. Your Cat 3s will be receiving a special extra $50 preem in there, and as well as your open women. So again, thank you for your support tonight. This will be fun. Thank you for joining us, for making tonight possible. It is only really special here at the Velodrome because we have such a great community around us and all of these spectators. In the early laps here, as things are kind of warming up and things are getting on the move, riders are settling into a bit of a pace line just to kind of get a tempo. You can watch them as they rotate through their positions fairly frequently here, about every 200 meters. If riders are feeling pretty comfortable, they'll take their 200-meter pull, as we call it, and then they'll pull up to the right and let the next rider take the lead. Nice and smooth here, good speed early on, but no extra aggression on the part of any individual rider just yet. That was Andy Baker, number 108, coming across the line at 37 to go. Chip Chase taking the lead of the lap there on the back half of that lap. The rider in gray for Liquid Velo pulling up out of the way. Making room for Coalition Cycling, Andy Lynch. We saw some work from him in the last race. Right behind him is the national colors of one of our many time decorated so far junior champion, Merrick Gallagher. I just got an update from race director because I wanted to know before I started talking about it. We did clarify that any champion, if you won in the previous year, can wear your stars and stripes. You can wear your jersey. You can wear the kit for any of our events that are not specifically an elite event. So that'll have to be slightly different rules when we get to the GP. Obviously, when we have USA Cycling here for Junior Nats, we'll run that differently. But for all these Friday night events, if you see the stars and stripes on any of our riders, it means that they're celebrating and rating their kit for having won some sort of championship in their previous year, a national level championship. So you can see a couple of them there right now, both of them juniors. The Keegan Fairbanks, also a decorated youngster, I believe, racing age 16 this year. Won quite a bit in his efforts at Junior Nats last year. He's kind of mid of the pack and racing on a smaller gear most nights, as he's gear restricted in his competition field. So you'll notice his legs are going a little bit faster than the groups around him just to keep at the same tempo as they are. Baker going to launch something here, get things going as the field is a little bit static. Time to get things rolling along. That encourages what looks to be 5, 6, 7 riders, and now the rest of the field will start to string it up to Baker. They'll make contact on the home straight. At 32 to go, Baker pulls up and out of the way. Going wide across the track, Malikian found himself a little bit of room here. 199, Serge Malikian takes over the front. Grinsel in the pink is right there, and at 31 to go, we're going to give one of our preems away. $30 to lead this next lap. $30 to lead this next lap. $30 to lead the lap. And the junior is in a pretty good spot right there to take over. This is going to be a nice payout for the kid. Think of this as fundraising for his showing at Nationals, and hopefully eventually again we'll send him off to Worlds here in the coming year. Supporting the junior always feels good. Don't go spend it all in one place. $30 for Gallagher on that sprint. Divine next across the line. We saw what he's capable of. Back in the previous race, he was off the front for so long. If you get these two together and let them race away, I think it's kind of going to be over. Danielson's starting to feel the pressure of the rider in blue at the front of the field. He'll do a little bit of work just to make sure they're right there Gallagher says, I just went for a sprint. Hold on, just 1 sec. I'm going to rest up again. We got plenty of laps. No rush. Mara would like me to announce that we have collected tonight over $250 in cash. So thank you again for your big support. If we could all put our hands together for a big showing of support for our riders tonight, thank you for that generosity. Seeing 28 to go. Baker back on the front, trying to keep this thing quick. Racing the fast helmet tonight. Being the leading edge of the field here. Leading edge, but not leading factory. That's a different thing. Oh, hey, there's DBC Photo on the home straight hanging out. I see you, Dennis. Good evening. DBC Photography, one of our many great sponsors and partners. If you get the newsletter from us, you'll see his photos prominently featured there and many other of our promotional materials. Dennis helps support us by providing some of those great photos, and he supports you by putting those photos up on his website, where you can pick up some great action shots from you at the Velodrome. Riders, if you'd like to check out what Dennis is doing online, DBC Photo, that's the place you're going to want to go. dbcphoto.com. Thanks again for Dennis for helping us capture all these great moments and supporting the Velodrome. Summer Newlands at the front, number 117. Nice tempo here in the middle of our race. We still got plenty of laps to go. They just passed the 26 to go mark. Scott Grinsell, Harrison Devine, Andy Baker, Serge Malikian all at the front. These names have stayed in the front half of this field. It appears that they have self-tasked themselves with keeping this thing pretty quick, especially Baker, who has taken a pretty big share of the front of the field workload here. Just trying to make sure that we stay at a nice tempo. It'll be Malikian's turn next, number 199. He'll pull up too quickly, though. Does not want to be in that position like Baker does. Newland, though, the rider now at the front of the field, happy to re-accelerate the group. Thank you for joining us here tonight at the Velodrome or online on our YouTube live stream. If you're out there, nearly 50 you live viewers, thank you for tuning in and supporting us. If you didn't hit the thumbs up and the subscribe button, what are you waiting for? It helps us out quite a bit. If you're here in the park and you haven't yet checked out our YouTube stream, it would be really helpful if you could. You just got to hit subscribe on there, help us march on towards 4,000 subscribers and continue to build a nice base, a nice audience here that supports local racing, that supports track racing in the United States. We are the only operating velodrome up here in this corner of the country. We do have some friends up in Canada, British Columbia. We are working hard to maintain a great community here, and your support online helps us get the message out that we're doing good stuff here. It helps us build a big audience to support racing. It's nice for our sponsor and our partners, who you can find down in the video description, by the way. We've got a lot of great partners in the Redmond community. You can also see their banners prominently posted up here along the home straight. You can say thank you to those that support us by being patrons of their business, by supporting them. Tyson Danielson, number 104, was briefly there at the front, helping us across the home straight. Fans back up to the top. And Chip Chase will now be the next rider to re-accelerate the group. That's the rider in gray at the front now. Lynch with the red helmet does not want to stay there long. Quinn Kennedy feeling like maybe it's an opportunity. Oh. Yes, no, maybe so. Back into the sprinter's lane at 21 to go. Scott Grinsell right on the wheel. There's Harrison Devine again. Gavin Newman all near the front of this group right now. Remember, there's no points or anything else to track here. We're really just watching for position and who's going to be the strongest rider at the end and how are they going to find the win here. With this long of a race, one factor is that as we get in the back half, there is always the Gallagher issue here, the rider in the Stars and Stripes, his ability to go distance-wise, to take over in an endurance format. Harrison Devine showed earlier as well that he can participate pretty similarly if he's able to get in the wheel and maybe make a group of 2 or 3. Quinn Kennedy out there has got great ability to go the distance. There's a lot of riders here in the back half of this race that I think are a threat if they might get together at the same time and kind of break away from the front. These attacks at some point, I think something just might snap here for this field. 19 to go now. Chip chase again, up and out of the saddle, trying to move this thing along. There's Quinn Kennedy, number 132. Looking around before deciding what they want to do with this opening. They will try here for a little bit. About a bike, 2 bike lengths or so now separating Kennedy and chasing Harrison Devine, who will not let Kennedy get away. And as soon as the chase makes contact, Harrison Devine is already pulling up. That's all they wanted to get done. At 18 to go, now it's Summer Newlands on the front. So a lot of rotation and action at the front, but again, nothing's really formed yet. Just these kind of frequent attacks, reaccelerations. That's Quinn Kennedy. Merrick Gallagher, who's not wanting to pull the field. And Baker back at it. He has to be at least 2% more efficient with that helmet than on a normal Friday night. That is saving some serious watts, I gotta imagine. $16 to go. Gallagher at the front momentarily. Uzbekistan national team rider Nafasat Kozievia, number 11, on the wheel of Gallagher there as they hit the corner. And she'll find her spot right behind him again as they get back up to speed behind Grinsel, the rider in pink, who now is pulled back out of the way. Gallagher finds himself back at the front very quickly. 15 to go. And there's number 11 again, right on his wheel, following that around, knowing that this guy's kind of the one to watch. The riders will refer to that as marking your wheel. Got to know who to watch in these fields, who's going to be the mover, who's the shaker, who's the troublemaker amongst all these riders. Long distance scratch race with a preem still to go and 14 laps showing on the cards right now. Still plenty more racing to go. Gallagher's looking around for any threats. He'll just coast a little bit at the front, maintain tempo and maintain speed. Pulls up midway through the turn and gives room for a new leader. It'll be Newlands taking over again. There's Robson. Fairbanks making his way up towards the front here. I think he may have gone down the lap if I'm not mistaken. I think I saw him out of the field for a bit. $13 to go. Lots of names we've seen here. The front being marshaled by kind of a small group of riders who seem to be wanting to bring things up to speed. This time it's Gallagher who's just, again, I wouldn't say this is an effort. This is more just kind of maintaining tempo here at 12 to go. The front was open. He'll drive at a speed he's comfortable with. Malikian now at the front, the rider in orange. Harrison Devine will take over the lead spot. Will he stay on the effort? He will not. He abandons pretty quickly. As will Kennedy, and we got a bell ringing, 11 to go. Next time around, $50 to lead the lap. $50 to lead the lap. $50. That's the calling card for the junior. Is he going to go get it? He's hustling big time. Will anybody even challenge him? I think when these guys heard that there's a 50 and a 30, they're like, all right, just put Gallagher's name on it. And he does want to make sure he collects big time. The field's going to let him roll with these two. $50 for Gallagher. $50. 50 to He goes up to the rail and slows down, knowing that he can just let the field come underneath him, and back into it he goes. Sometimes it's hard to tell when he makes it look that easy because this field is very fast. It's a great group of riders, but we really do have a world talent speedster in this junior. And so when he does stuff like that and it looks easy, it's because this guy has put in the hours. He's got great talent. He's got great speed. He's been here at the track, put in that time and effort as a junior rider. He's made his way up to experience. And we get to enjoy watching what is a local super talent developing before our eyes, someone that we've really had fun cheering on last year, seeing all of those junior national results. And we'll just continue to see how this year plays out for him. And I know we all have our best wishes for him as this is already off to a great start here in 2025. A regular Friday night's going to be his playground for a few more weeks as he continues to develop and strengthen every week. 8 to go. Another one of those up-and-comers, Gavin Newman. Great competitor and a young rider, number 137. Saw a lot of fun results out of him last year and continuing to look good here in 2025. Again, our team out of East Portland, Team Epic, another junior development team. A new addition to our racing family this year. Summer Newland's making the trip up several times so far this year, number 117, another Portland rider. She's really made a nice splash here in our field. Great top speed. We'll be interested to see if she's positioned well, what she could do on this last sprint. Here we're getting to the really critical point in about the next couple of laps. This is where things really start to matter in terms of the strategy for how the finish is going to go. And we're reaching that critical point where exactly these kind of moves are a threat. Here goes Quinn Kennedy, knowing that it's about to be that window of opportunity. We're about a mile and a half left here. This is the perfect opportunity for a very strong kilo rider, somebody who's got kind of that nice consistent power to go show what they can do. Kennedy is just the kind of rider to do that. So here goes an attempt. Malikian tries to respond. That's a pretty big gap, though, for the rider in orange. There's Gavin Newman, your rider from Team Epic, making the move up towards Quinn Kennedy now, bringing with him Harrison Devine, and there's Merrick Gallagher in the third wheel spot, coming up and around Serge Malikian now at 5 to go. Quinn being chased out here by some younger riders. Devine is right there, and I think Kennedy can feel the pressure. Quinn pulls up to the right. Devine now finds himself at a familiar place at the front of the field, but this is a tough spot to be now with 4 laps to go. Gallagher, your season leader, wearing the stars and stripes tonight, at the front, at the blue line now with 4 to go. No preems to get in the way. It's just a race for the finish line. Lynch down to the sprinters lane takes over, number 154. Number 104, Tyson Danielson, has had some nice fast finishes out of the field as well. He finds himself at the front. He's going to try to play this smart, find a wheel, find an avenue, try to run at this finish. If it stays together, he's got a shot at this thing tonight too. Lots of hesitation now. Look at this, the group all above the blue line. They're following Danielson. He'll take the bite here, head on down to the sprinters lane. He's not in full sprinter mode. He's just accelerating a little bit of power, a little bit of push here. The field responds in kind. They're going to watch his wheel for a little bit longer. Chip chase, Newman at the front. There's Newlands in 4th wheel spot. Kind of quiet tonight. Found Cycling's got Carl Heifer out there now in 5th wheel spot. Another one of our really savvy riders. If this is a bunch sprint, though, I'm just wondering how's Danielson going to figure this out from the very front? At 2 to go, when will the speed go here? Everything's all bunched up. And there's no height from the group either. They're on the bottom of the track. There's not a lot of hill usage here. They're really low in position. This is going to be a powerful roll up to speed. When will the speed come? You can see now the back half of the field is starting to fold over the top. Here comes Malikian to pick things up. Newland's found the wheel. Danielson does not want to surrender the front. Going to re-pick up the acceleration from the sprinter's lane and try to hold on here. This is a hard way to win this race. At 1 to go. Danielson in the lead. There goes Newland launching the attack. Gallagher in perfect position to counter. Newman's on the wheel. He knew exactly who to follow. Newman following the wheel of Gallagher. Gallagher now coming up on the back of Newland's, taking over on the back straight. Gallagher will take over the front. Newman's trying to hold on here. Big move from the field from what looks to be Robson, if I'm not mistaken, the rider in blue. Gallagher off the front, trying to win another big one here tonight. The junior putting it all together. The preem, and the win. Gallagher. Martin, number 102, second across the line. A brilliant acceleration from him. Newman almost holds on to the wheel of Gallagher. Could not quite do it. He finds himself in third for his efforts. Gallagher, once again, your season leader for a reason. Must have been a busy warm-up circle. Open women are coming up for their scratch race with preems. I'll talk to you about your preems here in just a moment. Thanks to general cash donations, the base preems have been raised to $30 and $50. Plus, somebody said, I got an extra $50 just for the women. That means you got 3 preems during this race. All preems will come from me ringing the bell. I'll announce the amount. And on the next app, that's your prize.
Sean Walk, he said it like twice.
Special thanks to our sponsor on the extra donation tonight, Haldy and Haldy's Hand-Built Wheels. Thank you, Matt Haldeman, for the generosity. A shout out for one of our big supporters and great riders here at the Velodrome. Thank you for the extra love and support. Haldy's Hand-Built Wheels, that's that way you say thank you, riders, for his generosity, is make sure you are a patron of his great business. He does a fantastic job. You'll want to check out his work. Again, Haldy's Hand-Built Wheels. Thank you for the extra throw out here tonight of $50 cash from Matt Haldeman. Are your riders now in the neutral? Rue is out there a little in front trying to throw off the sunshades, it looks like. The visor's got to come off. It's too dark now. The sun went down, and it's time to go to the no visor look here this evening. Riders are in the neutral. They start out of turn 4. We got a 25-lap scratch race with 3 preems. Sound of the whistle, racing's underway. $25 to go. Scratch race now underway for your open women. Still time to put in your order at the food truck here behind the grandstands. Beverage garden open throughout the rest of the race program tonight. And we just got a few more races to go here this evening. That's right. We have our open women in their scratch race, followed by the Cat3 men, our last race of the evening. Hopefully you're enjoying tonight's race program. If you're out there on the live stream, make sure you've already hit subscribe and the thumbs up. Show us a little bit of love and support for being here. And if you'd be so kind, you could also share this with family and friends. This is probably something that many people don't know about in your circle. Track racing in the United States, right here in Redmond, Washington. This is our special 50th season. If you're out there on the stream watching, you'll see that little emblem up in the corner. We are celebrating with some changes in our schedule this year. We have a mug club that we do every single year. The mugs this year have a special edition of the 50th anniversary logo on there. 50 years of operation right here since 1975, always under the watchful eye of a nonprofit organization, the Memorial Velodrome Association, that still maintains and operates this place, does all the educational programs for it, maintains this space in partnership with King County Parks, and of course our great community sponsors and partners who have helped make this place what it is. We got to get our 3 done at some point, so how about we get out the 30 now? $30 to lead this lap. $30 to lead an early lap. Who wants it? $30 on the early lap. Darlene is in good position. Tom goes way back there, trying to work their way up. Edwards in position 3 starts to accelerate. Darlene from the front wants the 30. Here comes a bunch of riders. Pellebrook started to position herself, the rider for Breakfast Racing Team, now in 3rd spot. Charlotte Westover back and forth, and here comes Tomko. Edwards around the corner. Darlene, Edwards, Darlene, Tomko trying to catch up. Oh, from the back, Tomko. Serge Malikian. What you doing, man? Super chat coming in. A big one. Let's just say one of our upcoming preems is going to be a little bit larger for this field now. Woo! I'll hit the heart on that. Can I hit the heart on it? There we go. I think I did it. There we go. A couple more hearts. You guys can go on the super chats and hit the hearts and the celebrations. Look at that. Oh man, bam! Look at this. Woo! Now we're talking. Make some noise. Why not? It doesn't cost you anything. $19 to go. And 2 preems. One pretty good and the other one pretty good. Awesome. What a beautiful community we have here in Redmond. I'm excited by the impact of Sound Transit opening up this new station right in view of us. We luckily with it, I don't know if you've had a chance, if you're here in the park, to go check out the other side of the velodrome and the pathway that comes right in here. Very easy to commute in. Oh, look at our friends across the way. We got some wavers over here. Get them on the camera, quick, before they disappear. Our friends taking the trail right now. Awesome. That's right. The trail goes right over to the new stations opened up. It's a great way to commute in. So if you're in the Seattle area watching this, it's pretty easy now to get in here from on the east side. A little easier than it's been, for sure. Quick access from the station right into the velodrome in the back part of the park. So. And how about we get Haldy's donation of $50 out on this lap? I got $50 to lead this lap. $50 to lead this lap here. $50 to lead the lap. Tomko's trying to go get more support here. Another one of our juniors. Hey, bikes add up quick, man. There's a lot of expenses involved here. They need some help. Apparently don't need much help going any faster, though. Rude is cleaning house here. Number 3 picks it up. All right. We're having a good time here tonight. Just a couple more races to go. The current one on the track. Up after this, we've got Cat 3 men for their scratch race as well. And that'll be closing out this beautiful evening of racing tonight. If you're enjoying yourself, don't forget we're back again with more racing next Friday at 7 o'clock. As long as it's not raining out here, we're racing at our velodrome. We hope you'll come back and join us then. We've got a different selection of food trucks every single week. We have one of our board members, wherever Stan's at, does an excellent job bringing in great business partners. Is Stan already in his favorite place? Is he over there? Where is Stan Douglas? There he is. All right. How about we get some love for Stan Douglas and the great food trucks he's bringing in, everybody? New food trucks every week for a Friday night, so you can come back and that's part of the fun. We got our great beverage garden open, and you get to see a new set of races every week. The race formats change up. It's a little bit different every night who shows up and what kind of racing is going to happen here. We keep it interesting in a way that I think many sports do not quite accomplish, even within competitive cycling. There's very few things that can compete to the fun that you get watching track cycling, the variety, the constant eyes on the field, and of course this great venue that we get to share and just kind of enjoy the whole show right in front of us. What a place to be. 13 to go for the field. We count ourselves down here into the back half of this scratch race. Safranek, number 12, still in this group here. Pulls up and out of the way for Henrietta Watts, number 10. Now at the front, there's Rue Tomko. Just a bit richer tonight. They picked up both of the first 2 preems. Right behind Rue, that's Christina Paulrath, number 215 for Recycled Cycles in the pink. Going to be taking over at the front here shortly. Seeing 12 to go now. 205 right behind, that's Caitlin Pellerbrook from the Breakfast Racing team. And this beautiful day turning into quite the picturesque sunset evening now over turns 3 and 4. The colors in the sky. Gorgeous evening here in the park. A couple more laps here before we're getting into the really critical portion of this race where riders will be really thinking about position and their final efforts upcoming. A couple juniors in this group position themselves towards the front now. Got Renna Fuller out there, number 203, racing tonight. Sarah Lynch, number 15, also showing her face now at the front of the field. Darlene right behind her in the blue of Rice University. Now coach for the juniors, former junior rider herself. Wearing number 7. Another beautiful thing about this velodrome is that this is a thriving community of athletes. If you want to get involved, invested, or maybe even partner with us with your business or venture, we are always looking for more partners. As I said earlier, we are a nonprofit organization. We operate in such a way where we try to keep the cost for entry as low and reasonable as possible. We provide rental bikes at a very low cost for riders and no cost for our beginners and our youth to be able to get out here and start learning to ride. We provide educational opportunities for people to get on the track. We are a facility that is highly invested in making sure that every rider has a place to feel safe, welcome, and competitive week after week here. So if you're thinking that might be something you might want to partner with and support, there's many ways to get involved, from sponsorship through volunteering and more. Great way to get in touch with us would be on our website under the contact tab. There's several options for either emailing and or getting in touch with us one way or another. You can also follow us on our social media and connect with us that way at JB Velodrome on Instagram, or search for Jerry Baker Memorial Velodrome through Facebook to find our page there. Riders seeing 8 to go. Our field all together here in turns 3 and 4. A little bit of hesitation as we come to the home straight, seeing 7 to go as they come around the corner. Westover down just above the red line. Darlene up above the blue line. When we ride high, we're riding slow. So riders that are up above that blue line, we're signaling that we're not really at top speed. We are somewhere well below, sort of in a rest position right now. And you can see the riders at the front are even just looking around, just trying to get information, trying to see who wants to take over the front. Does anybody want to keep the tempo quick here? It'll be Rue Tomko that picks things up first. Darlene will respond and get onto the wheel quickly. Rue might have sniffed this one out, but this still gives a good opportunity for anyone here tonight. I've got $150 to lead this lap. $150 to lead this lap. $150. Who needs a win? That is worth more than a win at our velodrome right now. So that's a big one. Tomko is going to make this happen. I don't see how you stop this kid from getting this. I mean, look at the power from this young rider. They don't do this every lap because they don't need to, but when it's time to go, Tomko's got some serious power ready to go on show here. This kid, bam, taking control. 16-year-old racing age, and already so well prepared to compete. We'll be racing here this year during our USA Cycling Junior National Championships here as 15, 16-year-old competitor. Going to be a big year, hopefully, for Rue. Continues to do so well here at our velodrome week after week. Thank you to all of our supporters today donating to help what turns out to be the Rue Tomko Fund. That is a good one to be donating into, though, as our young riders, they have a lot of expenses, a lot of things to help cover and support, and that goes a long ways. 4 to go. We're in the final mile of the race. Will Rue still have enough left in the legs to fight for the win, or will this maybe give a chance for someone else to get a little bit of victory tonight? Tomko's going to do everything that they can, though, I'm sure, to try to get all of those first places tonight in this race. All the preems and that final victory. Another thing we've been very proud of, if you've ever been to the GP every year, is the equal payout, the equal prize purse for the men and the women fields. And I think it's just always cool when we're here and we open up our donations that we have riders. We've got fans that donate specifically to this field, and they end up making some nice bank on a fun night like this tonight for showing up and racing fast. So that just feels like an extra special nod. This field, always kind of in development. We're always looking for riders that want to be part of our community and join us. We've got really good incentives for our young women, non-binary and trans riders that are looking for support in our community. We have all sorts of ways to get involved, and low cost on your first bikes. Of course, our training and adult classes are ready and waiting for you to join up and give it a try. We're here to support you and get you into the sport if you're looking for that community to join in on. 2 to go. The win right around the corner now. Bell next time. Henrietta Watts, number 10 at the front. On deck, Cat 3 men. One more scratch race to go this evening. Watts continues to serve the lead role right now. Westover in a pretty good position to try to attack this one on the home straight. The rider with that white helmet. As the bell's ringing, we got the 1 to go mark. No acceleration just yet. A little bit of a push. There goes Tomko, ready to drive that train all the way into turn 1. Darlene is in a great position to mark that wheel and see if she can hold on to Tomko. It's a tall order. Darlene looks like she's got something here to hold on to the speed for a little bit, but Tomko ends up being a little bit too powerful down the back straight. Rue Tomko, ladies and gentlemen, fans of the Velodrome. Tomko, they have put together yet another great evening of racing here at the Velodrome, and that'll do it for our open women field. Darlene gets a nice second place finish across the line, responds well to the speed of Tomko, but just not enough to hold on to the wheel. Thank you all. We've got one more contest to go. Cat 3 men will be coming up to the rail right now to get their instructions and sent off for their scratch race with preems. And the whistle was sounded. Racing is underway. Is that a new helmet? That is quite the design there on the front. All right, we have preems in this field. There's going to be 3 announcements. 130, one for 30, not 130. One for $30. We got one for 50 and another for 50. Again, a special donation coming in on the live chat for the Cat 3s. So we have an extra $50 preem specifically for this group. Plus, of course, all the great cash donations that we received from our fans tonight that brought up and allowed for us to do some bigger general preems for them. So 3 preems in the group. All will be announced from here with the ringing of the bell. We've got a 30, a 50, and a 50. That'll be sprinkled through the race. Here's Snoblin, Mike Westover, the 2 front riders right now. Snoblin looks like he's going to try to give way to Westover. Takes over the front. Taco Time Northwest Racing Team in green. And this feels just right. Let's do one of the $50 preems on this lap. $50 preem this lap. $50 on this lap. $50. That's right. We're going to do it early. This feels like a Cat 3 move to me right now. Stan Douglas wants to go for it. James Campbell-Harris wants to go for it. Let's set up a big sprint here between these guys. Campbell-Harris, Stan Douglas, Campbell-Harris, he's got the big sprint. Will this be $50 and then a DNF? Let's see. I didn't say it. Oh, wait, yeah, I'm the only one talking. I did say it. Campbell-Harris, 311 for $50. All right, we got a couple more preems to go here. But in the meantime, your field at 25 to go. Being led by, we're back to Takahashi, it looks like, number 312. Takahashi, of course, your winner from that last race of number 312 by just a single point, that French exit in dramatic fashion. He manages to win on the final sprint and beat Ritter by just 1 point. So Takahashi's out here still for this race. We'll see what he can do and what damage he can have in this scratch race, which will favor a rider with decent endurance here and overall group sprintability, which is kind of tested in the points race equally. We'll see if this group stays together and it features a bit more top speed or if the endurance is going to be more of the card that's needed to play. Snoblin at the front for just a moment, rotating out. There's, looks to be McGraw at the front for a moment. Takahashi again down in the sprinter's lane, right behind him, Mike Ritter, number 321. If you're enjoying the broadcast out there on the live stream, there's still nearly 50 of you watching here tonight. Thank you for being with us. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank you for being a supporter and being with us here tonight. It's been some great racing throughout the evening. If you're interested in rewatching any of this racing or others, we've got every Friday night, I think through, maybe like the 2018 season it goes back to, when we were streaming on an iPad and a little like connected microphone. Good times. You can rewatch all the way back there in full 240p something. I don't know. Used to stream on Facebook back in the day too. We've come a long ways. I think we've made great progress. I'm actually up here announcing alongside of a team of younger, they're not volunteers. We do give them a little bit of money to do the work, but they work hard for us behind the scenes to help support this broadcast, and only able to do that as part of our mission to raise money and funds in the off season, that we have so many great donors and sponsors that believe in what we do. And if you want to help continue showing that you believe in what we're doing out here, don't forget to support us, help spread the word, share the videos that we make, and of course leave those thumbs up and subscribes, leave a comment if you're enjoying the content you see. Leave a shout out, some love, some positivity, or even something you'd like to see done better in the future. We'd love to see it all. At 20 to go, the race is kind of stabilizing here a little bit, currently behind the wheels of Mike Westover in green. Hampson right behind him for Team Epic, and his teammate, Ryder Carlson, sees some open track, decides to take an attack of his own. $19 to go. Ryan Havel, number 310. Looking very in control at the front right now. Nice, smooth, quick acceleration here. Stretches the field out pretty well. Takahashi on the front here. There's Ritter watching his wheel closely. Every time I've seen Takahashi at the front going quick, I've seen Ritter very close. That's not by accident. 321 has decided to ride around the track with an eye closely on number 312, making sure he knows exactly where the rider from Act Racing is. Hoping if he stays on the bike instead of exits, he might be able to best him here in the scratch. 17 to go now, coming onto the home straight. Your field's still all together. Again, the race is mostly stabilized here in the middle phase of our 25 lapper. That's Sean McGraw pulling up out of the way in the mostly white kit. This is a tough race to call. I think we haven't really had an opportunity just to see this format with this particular group of riders in a little bit here. I've not really seen a scratch with some of these riders in a fair number of weeks, so hard to predict exactly how this one will play out if this stays together when it just comes to some top speed and acceleration. Again, Takahashi's got to be a favorite just based on their performance throughout tonight. Clearly has some good top speed. I've seen Ritter with some great wins here through the preseason and into the beginning of our season, so 321 looking like he's coming in with some different form this year than last. Certainly going to try and play a factor, and both of the juniors from Team Epic showing up tonight to try to make sure they leave an imprint on our community that they're still here to race and compete. They're going to want to get a win here tonight. They haven't yet been able to find one, so they might be trying to dial it up here in this one. Both riders built to be able to win in a situation like this. If they're in a group, they're going to try to find their way around and navigate and find the win. Still quite a few laps to go between now and there, but let's see how things play out at 15 to go now with rider number 316, Ryder Carlson, off the front. Up to speed here a little bit on the back straight. And kind of a midway attack here along the side of the group. Maybe just feeling like needing to come up to the front. Not going to do anything with that acceleration, though. Looks to be Havel kind of just flying up to the front to then take off the acceleration again. Now seeing 13 to go, a group of 4 off the front. They're being led currently by Luca Ostertag Hill, number 320. He's looking for some help. He's got Hampson and McGraw here William Huang, one of our younger juniors in the field, peels off the group. Says that's a little bit quick for my taste right now. Your lead 3 coming onto the home straight. The field, a decent pace behind, and I got to get some money out. Let's get one of our $30 preems to lead this lap. $30 preems to lead this lap. $30 preem to lead this lap. $30 preem on the lap. 12 to go now. We'll get the preem out at the 11 to go mark. This might be enough to bring the field back up to the leaders. I'm not sure. It isn't getting a bit of speed out of them here. They're feeling the need to get up there. At the least, they know the front's about to go faster to sprint for this $30 prize. The field figures out they're not going to get there in time. Back to the front we go. It's going to be Ostertag Hill number 320. All right, the Cat 3's at least sharing the love a little bit. It's not just the juniors cashing in big only. They're kind of going around a little bit more. It's a bit fun to see who might get it. We've got one more to go still. One more preem still to go. Hampson off the front here a little bit. Dangling, though. He's not driving the pace. Now here comes a big punch out of the group. A big acceleration. Kind of throwing the bike around a little bit as Justin Pryor trying to get on top of this really quickly. This could be a big time here for the race at 9 to go. We've got Pryor, Hampson, and Carlson off the front. Two of the riders from Team Epic. And this rider, Justin Pryor, he's got experience as a road rider as of last year. That's how he kind of came into track racing, I believe it was a year or two ago. And great roadie, got a lot of experience on the road. Came out here and he showed it right away. He had plenty of endurance. The problem was that you got to find that top speed and that spin here at the track. He's starting to find it and continue to develop that speed. But we know he's got great base, so now he's got some riders to work with. This could be very dangerous for the field. 8 to go now. The field right now, Peter Snowball, number 341, is the leader for that group. He pulls up, looking for a bit more help to keep the chase going. Ritter looking down at the tires and saying, all right, I got to do one more pull here. Let's go. Bringing this group forward. Your leader's looking pretty smooth now. It's still rotating fairly frequently here, so everybody's taking a fair share of the lead. At 7 to go, Team Epic working together for the win along with Pryor. Pryor shakes his head. He's feeling it here. He's going to have to fall off the pace, and as he does so, that means Team Epic is down one helper. But they are driving hard here. Hampson getting up back on the front here. The speed has picked up yet another notch. Pryor is managing to stay close. He's nearly in the slipstream of the two juniors here, so he's almost benefiting here from the lead out, but it's a little too big of a gap to be super efficient. Ryan Havel, number 310, pulls up on the way for Peter Snoblin, who's at the front of the group now, so the field still within striking distance. They're just off the leaders. Snoblin still doing the main duties here at the front of this group. Well, let's give some love to the travelers. How about on this lap we say $50 to lead this lap. $50 to lead this lap. One of our Cat 3 juniors is going to be taking home $50. $50 to lead this lap. $50 at 5 to go. Thanks to our cash donos supporting us here tonight to be able to raise the preem up, and this is a nice one to pay out to. We love seeing the juniors pick up the cash. Thought that maybe at this stage of the race the field might be able to keep it a bit closer, but the juniors put together a nice effort, although look at this, they burned one of the riders from Portland. Off goes, I believe that's rider Carlson. That means that's going to put Jack Hampson, number 319, into a leading position all by himself, and the rest of the field starting to figure out they got to chase him down if they want to make this a competition. Hampson, though, $50 richer. Three different winners for the cash and the Cat 3s. That's fun to see. But now, can this kid hold off the charge? Portland representing. Jack Hampson with an all-out effort. Here comes number 312. You know who it is. It's David Takahashi for Act Racing, trying to spoil the act. This athlete has been all over the track tonight in a really good way. He's going to try to make it happen here again. He comes out from the field, makes a pretty quick move here, and finds the wheel. He's up to Hampson. And you can tell that Hampson is aware of it. Maybe a bit of a communication over there from the catching rider as he reaches him, says, move up. I'm on the lead. 2 to go. Takahashi in the lead. Hampson's got a tough one here to win. 3 riders in the chase now. Havel, Ritter working together a little bit here with Ostertag Hill. The group of 3 now in the chase as the field has shattered. 2 leaders at the front. We're about to be into the bell here very soon. One more time, folks. Put your hands together. It's your final lap of racing tonight. 2 riders out the front. Who's going to find the win? Takahashi in the lead. Jack Hampson right behind him. And here comes the chase from their chasing 3. The leaders do not have this one yet. Ryan Havel sending a big one up front here. Oh, the catch is happening. It's happening quick. Ryan Havel saving it for the end of the scratch. Havel sending a rocket up to the front here of the track. He'll take over in no time. Havel sends a big one. Act Racing putting together a nice finish here tonight for the scratch race. Ryan Havel. Takahashi could not quite hold off that great acceleration at the end of his teammate, and I'm sure he's not going to be too sad about that one. Hampson picking up some nice cash and 3rd place tonight. Can't feel too bad about that result. Ends up being a great race overall for him as well. Riders will exit on the back straight. Whew, that one took a bit out of me. That was a fun one to call. What a beautiful evening of racing and a great time we've shared together. If you are here still in the park, you are the true fans. Thank you so much for being a part of our experience together tonight and supporting our athletes and our racing. We've got a few more things going on here as we close house. We're going to make sure that we wrap things up here. You're allowed to stick around and hang with us a little bit longer. Say hi to our racers, hang out in the beverage garden. If you're out there on the live stream, we'll be shutting down in just a minute. Thank you for hanging out with us, though. If you enjoyed the production and anything you saw here today, leave a little positivity, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, show a little love for the content you're seeing here. Support our racers and our community. On your way out the door, we'd appreciate it. Thanks to our volunteers, our officials, all of our great community sponsors and supporters. Thank you for our staff that are here making this show possible and all those around the park that are help serving the needs of our athletes. Thank you to our riders for great racing tonight. We can't do it without you. And of course, thank you once again to all of our fans and supporters. We'll see you again here. This will be next Friday for more Friday Night Racing. 7 p.m. start. It's summer right around the corner. It felt like summer today. We cannot wait for more fun to be had here. We got an incredible calendar here in 2025. And we look forward to hosting you for more great racing right here at the Jerry Baker Memorial Velodrome.